Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as you could tell by the title, I got a new truck, new to me. 98 Silverado extended cab, 5.0 V8 Vortec engine. She's got 4-wheel drive. Pretty tickled for this truck. She's got 155,000 miles on it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can like double that. So story time. My first vehicle that I ever got was a 98 Silverado. And I bought it from my dad the year I graduated high school for $5,000. And when I graduated, I was working 2 jobs, sometimes working 65 hours a week between the 2 places. I busted my rear end, and I paid that thing off in a few months. And I'm telling you, that was the best feeling in the world. That was, I mean, I don't take all the credit for it. It's not like, you know, I mean, the good Lord allowed me the health and you know what, to be able to work. And so anyway, I love that truck. It was my baby. I just, you know, I'm a tomboy anyways, always have been. Never a car person. So yeah, that old gem, that was my pride and joy. And boy, it got to the point where I was throwing money at it, and honestly, looking back, it's not entirely the truck's fault, because I won't go into detail, but you probably can guess. I'm not gonna do that on here. But anyway, yeah, so I just had to I was throwing money at it, and it was just one thing after another, and I mean, I would put $1,000 on it, fixing it, and this and that, and then another thing would go wrong, and the last straw was I was driving it down the road, and all of a sudden she just lost all power. Just all the electric just shot, gone. It wouldn't do anything. And it was just getting to the point where, you know, the body was starting to rust out, and, you know, we had already made some repairs on that, and it was just becoming more of a sinkhole than anything. So, unfortunately, we had to send it off. Just couldn't afford to keep messing with it anymore. And that was a sad day. I'd be lying if I said a tear didn't squeak out as I watched it go in the crusher and be hauled off. So, anyway, since then, I have not had a truck. We have had a Grand Marquis, we've had Taurus, and 2 Escapes, and yeah, so it's always been, I mean, other than the Grand Marquis, it's been just little like matchbox cars I feel like I'm driving, and it's just not the same, you know. And so I've been wanting a truck for, well, ever since I had to get rid of that one, I've been wanting a truck, but never really got super serious into looking for one, because, well, the prices for even a used truck is just astronomical these days, especially since Rona and all that foolishness. Boys, it's hard to find anything, and I flat out refuse to buy a truck that's like 30,000, 20,000, even all the way up. I don't know how people do it. I mean, you know, if you want to do it, that's fine. I just don't want to spend the money on it. That's not something I want to do. So anyway, last week it was, I think, or maybe even the week before, we were looking at trucks online, and Joe saw, can't remember, no, I guess I found a Toyota Tundra. Originally I was looking at Tacomas, just something, you know, just a little truck to drive around. But anyway, I found a Tundra, and the thing was that bright, ungodly blue color. You know, just that, like, real deep blue. I don't know, I just don't care for it, but, I mean, color is secondary anyways. But anyway, Joe went to go check it out, and it was all rusted out and everything. It wasn't gonna last. It was not worth the money. So I was super disappointed. That didn't work out. It just didn't mean, I was just looking online everywhere, and you can't even find a used truck for like less than $14,000. It's stupid. So I think the day after Joe took that Tundra for a test drive and said it wasn't worth anything, he was looking on Marketplace, and he was just scrolling, and up comes this truck, and he showed it to me. He was just kind of like, you know, hey, check this out. Look, it's a 98 Silverado. I looked at that. I laughed right out loud. I was like, haha, that's so cool. And I went back in the kitchen. And I thought about it. I'm like, wait. I went back in the living room. I said, well, Joe, I said, how many miles on it? What do they want for it? Let me see the pictures. Well, I was a little skeptical because they didn't have any pictures of the chassis or the interior. It said no rust, and I'm thinking, okay, well, why would you say that? Because the minute somebody sees it, they're going to know if that's true or not. So I was skeptical, but we went to go look at it. It was a little ways away, but we went to go look at it, and surprisingly, it was in really good shape. The guy didn't want to sell it, though, until his mechanic looked at it, because there was a, I forget what it was called, but there was a hose that was like jerry-rigged, and that had started leaking. It wasn't a big deal. But anyway, so he wanted to get that replaced before anybody drove it off the property, because he was, you know, freaked out. He wanted to make sure that it was safe. He didn't want to, you know, he wanted to feel good that, you know, something wasn't going to happen to somebody if they drove it off. He'd feel terrible. So he had that replaced, and he had all the brakes, I think it was all the brakes redone, and a router. So yeah, he had that done, and we were 4 out of 4 people that had come to look at it. They said one young fella had showed up like the day before and completely gone over it. He was like super excited. He's like, oh, this is, you know, I've been waiting 7 years for this truck to become available. It's a, you know, old body style. They're, you know, everybody calls the 98 the old body style. And I'm like, easy, you guys, you're making me feel old. But anyway, they call it the old body style. So anyway, this young fella, he was pretty excited about it, and he really wanted to buy it. And I mean, there was 3 other people ahead of us that wanted to buy it, but the folks we were buying it from said we were the only ones that showed up with any cash at all to put down on it and say, hey, you know, if you don't run into some big mess at the mechanics, you know, we'll take it. So Joe offered him, you know, 5 down, and then wait and see what the mechanic had to say before we, you know, completely agreed. And they said, yeah, and if we run into some big multi-$1,000 issue with the truck or whatever, you know, we'll just give you your $500 back. And so he snuck that little incentive in there and bumped us up to the front of the line there. And so yeah, worked out. It wasn't that big of a deal at the mechanics. We brought it home last night, and I'm just over the moon. I mean, that first truck, that was my baby. I mean, this truck is like almost exactly like it. I love it. I brought my first dog home in that truck. I just feel like I got my wings back, you know? I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I'm kind of dorking out. But I'm just wicked excited, you guys. And it's in really good shape for being almost 30 years old. So yeah, all right. Let's cut the chit chat, and I'll show you the truck. All right, here she is. I mean, there's no major rust. Just surface rust underneath. The guy who had it, he had it for 10 years, and he said every year except for last year he went and had it rust checked there, where they put that, I don't know, that lubricant or whatever in the, like, all underneath and in the ports and stuff, in the doors, and So anyway, he didn't have it done last year because he thought it was looking so good, and he's kicking himself. He's like, no, I wish I'd done it last year. So we plan on doing that every year. I mean, the tailgate works fine. The bed looks great. I mean, it's got a little bit there, but just a little bit starting around the wheel wells there. Oh yeah, they came with these mounted winter tires, studded. The only thing is this little spot right here. Right there, we gotta get that taken care of. Can see out there. So gotta get that done. Gonna get it undercoated, and yeah, she'll be ready for winter. He said he had some of the rocker panels replaced. I can't remember what, must be it. This one maybe. She's got a little bit right down here. That's rusted right off here, but it's really not bad. That little bit right there. Get that taken care of pretty quick. Got the cab corners here. That's been repaired before. But I mean, it's in amazing shape for as old as it is, I thought. It's just something, hopefully if we just keep on top of the undercoating and stuff, she'll last a long time, I hope. I hope. A little bit on the inside of the door down here. But, I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad. The interior is really clean too. It's pretty clean. Got the bench in the front, so get 6-seater. It's really clean in here. The ceiling ain't bad. She's got a couple little spots. You know, she's sagging just a little. But not bad. Look at the back here. Got those mirror extenders. He threw them in too. Must be cigarette holes, but this fella that had it, I doubt he smoked. He was a pastor. It doesn't smell like smoke anyway. Just a little bit of wear on the seat here, but I mean, it's got these nice cushy seats. It's just so comfortable, so like thick. Wicked nice. I'll show you under the hood too. Get the old suicide door here. That opens just fine. Shot's good too. I mean, it even smells like my old truck. Just that old truck smell, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like smelling an old book. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, I'm weird. Like, people like that new car smell. To me, that new car smell kind of makes me sick. But, yeah, pretty nostalgic over this thing. Yep. I mean, this looks pretty good. Look at that. That's really not bad. Just a teeny bit right there. Teeny bit. It's in great shape. Alright, let's pop the hood. Actually, I don't think the radio works though. I tried all the way home to get some tunes, but I couldn't get any dialed in. She's just all static. So, yeah. No radio. Got a cassette player here. My old one had a CD player. And actually, when it pooped the bed there and we lost all the power, you know, all the electric went out, it actually ate my Waylon Jennings CD, so I never did get that out of there. I tried to pry it out before they hauled her off, but old Waylon went with the truck. Oh well. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna get, I don't know, they got them converter things for your phone, Bluetooth, or whatever you put in your cassette. Look at this though. I mean, look how clean this looks. Look at that. I mean, he took good care of this thing. Just a nice old truck. Nice. I love it. Here, let's start her up. You can hear it. So I'm not sure whether they disabled the door chime or she just quit working, but she doesn't have that old ding ding ding. Yeah, and the transmission seems solid. She shifts like a dream. It's got the original, as far as I know, it's got the original transmission in it. Just tickled right to death. Now this rack, that guy, he built the rack just for this truck. So I mean, it fits right in there and everything. And he designed it so there's a fixed pipe inside this PVC pipe, so this rolls. So you're loading your canoe or whatever right up on there, she just rolls right on for easy loading. Yep. I mean, underneath here is all good. I mean, I don't want to have to drag all them out, but we looked at it anyways. It's all good in there. So I just brought her home last night. Can't wait to get her registered. I mean, usually the rear bumpers on these things are all crappy, corroded, and I mean, this is nice. This is nice. She ain't rotted out. He took good care of that. So, plan is to just keep on top of that, you know, the undercoating and fixing that little rusty spot there and around the other wheel well, and just take good care of it, and fingers crossed, I hope she lasts a long, long time. So, pretty tickled. Can't wait to get her licensed, and we'll go for a drive. And for now, I'll have to put my phone right in there. That's all I got for tunes right now, because I couldn't get the radio to work. I couldn't get her to... No, she's just all static. I don't know how to fix that, but... Oh yeah. So, no radio. And actually, I never did check the, I never really checked the AC out much. Wasn't hot, but I didn't really let it run long enough to see if it got cold, and I'll shut this door. We'll check her out. The heater works. I know the heater works, but feels cold. Feels cold. I'm not sure if it's... Might not work though. Might just be because it's kind of cool out, but... Yeah, the AC might not be working. I don't know if I have to get that checked. Might need to be recharged, or it might need a whole compressor. I don't know, but it's not as important to me as the heater. But yeah, oh man. Just a nice old truck. I do need to get a headlight though. I noticed the guy hadn't driven it for a little while because the gas prices went right through the, you know what, roof. So he hadn't driven it for a little while. So it was setting. And anyways, we didn't realize it was a headlight out till I was driving it home. because it was getting dark. But so just gotta get a headlight and yeah. And the 4-wheel drive works. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but yeah, I'm tickled pink. It's been a long time coming, and I never imagined I'd have another 98 Silverado. I'm beside myself. So hopefully many adventures with this truck. Take us many places, and I'll just make sure the kids don't even breathe in the truck. Like, okay, only water in this truck and nobody's eating anything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.